shit out to you. Call me a bum slap. So I have recently joined. I know I've talked ad nauseum about my love of Beyblades as a kid. I've joined a group recently about Beyblades. And it's just like all nostalgia for me.
Is it now?
Oh shit. Yeah. 2 seconds.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Ta 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 ta.
Had to go get my iPad. I was like, there's something missing, and then I couldn't figure out what it was. Okay, here we go. Shout out the Round Rock Express.
What's that Garth Brooks song that he doesn't like use real words in?
What you mean?
Like there's a Garth Brooks song where he's something about hoochie coochie and something like that. Like there's some song.
Chattahoochee by Alan Jackson?
Is that what it is? Is it Alan Jackson that sings that?
Yeah. Chattahoochee's a real place. It's a river in Tennessee.
But
Georgia.
But how does it go though?
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
The hoochie coochie. Okay, that's the song I was thinking of. I don't know why that was stuck in my head, but it was like a memory of a song I just couldn't quite place.
There's a comedian named Dusty Slade. And he did a bit where he was talking about country songs, and he goes, we got to talk about Alan Jackson for a minute. Like he was talking about It's 5 O'Clock Somewhere by Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett, and then he got to talking about, he goes, I never quite understood that song. He goes, but now I'm an adult, like Alan Jackson, what are you saying? He goes, I think I know what a hoochie is, and I'm pretty sure I know what a coochie is. So like,
well, right, like it's one of those songs where it's like, okay, what are we getting at here? One of those double entendres.
Also, welcome to the show, folks.
Hey guys, what's up? We're here. We are footballing on a Sunday.
Zero you are watching. Because Brian has not responded to me. Let me go put the link in.
Yeah, please do. Welcome everyone to the Hashbrowns and Hashmarks podcast for the first time ever on a Sunday, right before the NFL games kick off, because Spencer is.
First time ever on a Sunday?
It's got to be. Because Spencer is, number one, because college football is kind of over until, January? Well, I guess we have bowl games coming up, don't we?
We had some bowl games yesterday.
Sheesh, let me find out. Hang on a minute.
Like UCLA, Boise State. We had the avocados from Mexico Cure Bowl.
Oh yeah, we did. UCLA beat Boise. Texas Tech beat Cal. Bowl season is so weird. I just don't think about any of these games. The next one I would even care about. Good God.
I don't care about any of them until the Alamo Bowl.
Yeah, I was about to say, none of these look interesting to me except for, just to let everybody know what we're looking at. Utah, Northwestern, maybe.
Speaking of Utah and Northwestern, the SRS Distribution Las Vegas Bowl. I work for SRS Distribution.
Yeah, we go through this every year. Texas and Rice.
Yeah, I work for one of their subsidiaries.
A&M and Oklahoma. Okay, yeah, so the Texas Bowl looks like to your point, it's the only one I really care about coming up. A&M, Oklahoma State.
Kansas and UNLV will be a good game. UNLV had a good team here.
Yeah, I think it will. I think it'll be fun. More fun than people give it credit for.
But I absolutely love bowl season because you can just watch it on and you can turn it on and watch UNLV and Kansas.
The It feels like it's like just a weird mishmash of whoever the fuck. It just feels like you're just kind of like playing casual games after the season's over. Tulane, the absolute disrespect to be 8.5-point underdogs to Virginia Tech.
Tulane should have been in a better bowl game.
Tulane should wash Virginia Tech.
Tulane should have made a New Year's Six over Liberty. I'm sorry.
Louisville
Liberty played the cupcakeiest schedule in the history.
Louisville finna slap the Lincoln Riley out of USC. That's gonna be crazy to watch.
Probably.
We got
SMU and Boston College.
Yeah. Rutgers, Miami. Yeah, there's a couple in here. Clemson and Kentucky. That's wild.
That is wild.
Kentucky about to come away with that one.
That Arizona, Oklahoma, the Alamo Bowl, that game's going to be incredible.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
The Alamo Bowl always is.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun.
I might try to go to that game.
Yeah, Missouri and Ohio State. Come on, Missouri. Oh, my God, they're favored by 2.5 points. What the hell is happening?
Yeah.
That's insane to me.
Ole Miss and Penn State.
That'll be fun. Georgia and Florida State. We know. See, this right here, this Georgia Florida State game.
Maryland.
This is the Georgia and Florida State finna play in the We Made the Right Choice Bowl, and here's why. But that should be fun. This could be a good.
What bowl they playing? Is that the Sugar Bowl?
Peach Bowl.
Georgia.
No,
Peach
Georgia.
Bowl?
Yeah, no, that's the Orange Bowl. Orange Bowl.
The Orange Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to be the. I think even with Jordan Travis being out, I think Florida State wins that game somehow because it's going to be the situation. I'm telling you, it's going to be the situation. If an SEC team doesn't make the playoff, they usually go to the Sugar Bowl, and SEC teams don't show up in the fucking Sugar Bowl.
Yeah, that's
they
a
never
good point.
do.
That's a
because they don't
point.
they don't want to be here. They want to be in the playoff playing for the national championship.
Yeah,
and I think Texas is going to smack Washington. I really do.
I don't know, man.
I believe that in my soul.
I think Michael Penix is special.
Oh, I think he is. But and Oregon's going to beat the dog shit out of Liberty, let me tell you.
We're trying to figure out which of these we should pick because we got a lot of time to pick all these. Mm-hmm. We'll do an early show next week before I start traveling. Well, cool. So there's that. Scores for NFL. So a couple things to talk about with the NFL. We did have... What did we have?
The Broncos and the Lions, the Steelers and the Colts, and the Bengals and the Vikings.
So, the Bengals are still there. The Bengals have decided that they want to make the playoff, actually.
Jake Long Snake Browning is out there freaking doing his best Joe Shiesty impersonation.
The reason he is called that is because it's, that old joke about the guy, the captain on the sea ship. He's like, bring my red shirt so my men don't think I'm bleeding. Call him Jay Browning because every other head coach sees him coming and they say, bring me my brown pants. You feel me? Like they're worried about this man. So look out for the Bengals now.
Hey, Jay Browning might be playing himself into a starting spot somewhere.
Well,
because you can't tell me that there are several other quarterbacks in the league that are not better than Jake Browning.
Well, and the thing is you have to circle the first three quarters, right? So Bengals quarters 1, 2, and 3 score 3-0-0. I mean, it was kind of very quiet. He kind of came alive in the fourth quarter, which is one of those situations where the Vikings looking at this as garbage time. What exactly was happening here? Why did he all of a sudden come alive? I don't know. I think he's good. I don't know if we should blow all the smoke on him just yet, but I think to me he is. I think to me he is still just a solid backup quarterback. He's probably you put him in New York, but the Jets no. So Aaron Rodgers comes back.
Freaking Pittsburgh with the Steelers. He's got to be better than Mitch Trubisky and Kenny Pickett.
Well, that's probably true.
Did you know? Here's what's crazy. I don't know if this stat still holds because I don't know if they've played their games yet. But Joe Flacco, he is one touchdown away from being tied with Kenny Pickett. Joe Flacco almost has more touchdowns in this season than Kenny Pickett has in his career.
You could have just said, yeah, that's, oh my God. That's terrifying to think about. Let me go ahead and because we're going to have kickoff here in a minute, so let's go ahead and get some of these 12 picks out of the way.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them can be quick. No, you're fine. I just looked at the time. So real quick, we got Bears, we got Browns. This is a game if you're a Bills fan, which my wife is, you're really hoping the Bears pull it out. Let me tell you something: the Bears could win this game.
And also, if you're a fan of the letter B.
If you're a fan of the letter B, exactly, you're going to love this game. So if you're a fan of teams with the city of a C and the team name of a B, this is the game for you. But
Yes,
but it's going to be the Bears and the Browns. It'll be in Chicago. Excuse me, it'll be in Cleveland. Should be interesting. It's going to be very cold, but the Bears are 3-1 in their last 4 games, and they've won against some teams that maybe you think they shouldn't have won against, like the fact that they beat Detroit, the fact that they beat Minnesota, the fact that they beat. Well, I mean, Carolina was close, but that was a while back. But the point is, in 3 weeks, they almost beat Detroit one time. They did beat them the second time. It's tough to say what Detroit is because they have not looked the same since Thanksgiving. But at the same time, this Bears team might be a little special. What's his face? The coach trying to save his job over there. So yeah, I actually like the Bears in this one. I think they're going to get it done.
you can never count out the Cleveland defense because Myles Garrett is an actual android.
Yes.
But and Joe Flacco's been playing well. Which
Joe has been playing really well.
He was on the couch 3 weeks ago.
Right. He's just an all-around professional.
But I think I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with the Bears too. I think if Justin Fields is on and they throw good spots, they'll good. Also, I want them to do good because DJ Moore's on my fantasy team.
Oh sure, I get that. We got the Bucks and we got Green Bay. It should be a fun one. It'll be in Lambeau. Jordan Love has been hot. He's been cold, but they've been just enough. Kind of very similar stories between these two teams this year. Both stood to 6-7. Both still in the mix. This should be a fun one. I like Green Bay in a very, very close one here.
I also like Green Bay in this game. I think Jordan Love is starting to become the quarterback that they thought Jordan Love was when they drafted him to sit behind Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
So also it means that I can finally go back to being neutral about the Packers because Jordan Love hasn't broke my heart yet.
Yeah.
Also, quick question: should I start the Cowboys defense against the Bills today in fantasy?
It's going to be windy and wet, so I would. They're leading the NFL in turnovers, and Josh Allen has thrown an interception in his past 9 starts.
So I have the Cowboys defense, and I have Miami's defense, and Miami plays the Jets today.
Oh no! I'm taking the Jets to win today. No, Jets are for real. Today they're coming to play. In my opinion, anyways. We got the Texans. We got the Titans. The Titans coming off of a heartbreaker win versus Miami, and the Texans, of course, are going to be without C.J. Stroud. I like the Titans in this one. The Texans defense will do a lot here, but I think without the main guy, they don't have enough firepower to get it done. And plus, Will Levis is only getting better. I think they've found their guy in Will Levis. I like the Titans to win this one big.
Give me the Texans for one simple reason. Because the Titans' disrespectful asses are wearing Oilers throwbacks uniforms today. And the only city that should wear Oilers throwbacks is Houston, goddammit.
Yeah, because what are they throwing back to?
Mike Vrabel showed up with a cowboy hat on, dressed like Bum Phillips. Nah.
Get out of here. I'm still taking the Titans, but I hope you're right.
Titans will probably win the game, but I'm picking the Texans based on, my heart.
I feel you. We got the Jets. We got Miami. It will be in Miami, and Miami is a 7-point favorite today, but they did rule out about 30 minutes ago to an hour ago. Tyreek Hill will be out on account of his ankle. It's not that he can't go. It's just that they're worried that if he does go, he's gonna potentially make it worse. So they're just wanting to give him some more time. I imagine he'll probably be back next week because I think they have a pretty big game again. I think it's Dallas they play next week. So they're gonna.
Yes,
I think so. So they're gonna. So they're gonna want Tyreek to be ready to go. But I like the Jets in this one. I mean, after what I saw last week, I saw someone on TV earlier said something about the fact that Zach Wilson, after sitting on the bench, kind of hit like a new low, and after doing that, he's kind of only been on. So I kind of agree. I like Zach Wilson. I think he's going to be able to figure it out today, and that Jets defense is ready to go at any given time. So yeah, give me the Jets in a close one to win this one.
I was gonna pick the Dolphins until you said that shit about Tyreek, but give me the Jets too.
All right, I like it. I do think that Miami will be able to get the
Tyreek is like if Miami's offense is an engine, My dogs are barking. Hey, boys,
I can't even hear. You're good.
If Miami's offense is an engine, Tyreek Hill's a supercharger.
True.
If you know.
Well, and I mean, he takes the top off the defense every single time, which opens up the running game. I mean, everything. I don't think they realize how much they need him, and we'll find out what that looks like today because he's just such a threat.
Undoubtedly the best wide receiver in the league right now.
Do you take the Patriots at home versus the Chiefs? Because the Chiefs' locker room got to be in some kind of way this week. Patrick Mahomes got fined $50,000 for his comments. Andy Reid got fined $100,000.
Have the chance to do the
funniest shit ever
thing in the world today. They won't. Give me the Chiefs. But,
yeah, I like the Chiefs too, but don't get me wrong. I think this could be a little bit closer than people are giving it a chance for. And I'm pretty sure I'm starting Zeke Elliott this week because I'm dealing with some injuries. I have Tyreek Hill on my fantasy team, so I need some things to happen. Zeke Elliott's supposed to have a big day though, so I'm counting on that. But yeah, give me the Chiefs in a game they should win. Now, if they did lose this game, I'd be very happy. It would bring a big smile to my face. We got a quick one. We got New York Giants and the Saints. Saints will be at home. New Orleans is a 6-point favorite. To me, this is something the Saints should win this big time. But if the New York does come away with this strong, you got to feel good. You got to feel good about the Eagles matchup that they'll be having. So we'll see. But yeah, give me the Saints.
I'm going with the Giants.
Really?
Tommy DeVito.
Okay.
I think he turns it on. I think. I need you to look up the picture of Tommy DeVito's agent right now. I need you to see this, man. If this is not the most aggressively Italian human being you have ever seen in your life.
What the fuck? Sean Stellato. Oh my god.
Yes.
Look at this dude.
He looks like he just walked off the set of Goodfellas.
He looked like he felt calling a hit. I'm scared.
I'm telling you, Tommy DeVito's family has mob ties. There's no way they don't, dude.
I heard this dude was the reason that Jordan Smith threw the Masters all those years ago because this dude knew something about his family. I don't know, man. I'll probably be insensitive, but yeah, no. Listen, Tommy DeVito. He might be onto something. I would love it if the Giants win this game because if the Giants win this game, that gives me hope that they can beat Philly one time,
beat the Eagles next week,
and that would help us out a lot, obviously.
But if Jalen Hurts is going to be questionable against the Seahawks tomorrow night, maybe the Seahawks are a good team. If Geno was playing, they should. I don't know why Geno wasn't playing last week, and they had Drew Lock against the Niners, but they still scored 16 points against the Niners defense with Drew Lock at quarterback. Yeah. So Seahawks might be the real deal.
And then I don't think there's anything that's going to sway us here, but the Falcons and the Panthers, right?
Falcons.
All right, so that solves
Chicago, please, for the love of God, trade Justin Fields to the Falcons. Please, please do that for me.
Let me get the late games pulled up right quick. Oh, we got a good one tonight. Oh, I'm so excited for this game tonight between the Ravens and the Jags. That's going to be fucking fire. And pull up the rest of these late games real quick. We don't have as many late games this week because we had the two Saturday games. Or excuse me, the three Saturday games, which was wild.
We have a Monday night game off. I think. Do you know that there's a law do you know why they don't play Saturday games until after college football season?
Why?
Because there's a law in the United States that says NFL games cannot be broadcast on the same day as college or high school games. That's why they had to do Thursday. They couldn't do Friday night because
that makes more sense from a coverage standpoint. Like if you're the NFL, you don't want all your shit on the same day. You want multiple coverage on multiple days,
Oh, for sure.
More eyes.
But they wrote a law because
it makes sense though.
Obviously, the NFL would play way more games on Saturday, but it would take attention from college football.
Right, and they
play games on Friday night, but it would take attention from high school football.
That's just a law of nature.
That's
just a law of nature you don't want to fuck with. We got the Commanders and the Rams. It's going to be in Los Angeles. It's the 2:30. Excuse me, it's the afternoon CBS spot this afternoon.
They got the CBS spot, not Dallas and Buffalo.
They got one of them. There's a couple CBS spots.
Wow.
So, but yeah.
Yeah, I think CBS spot. I think SEC on CBS.
Same.
I think
that's same. When I said it that way, it confused me too. But I like Los Angeles in this one. I mean, Washington has lost 4 in a row.
Tony Romo calling the Cowboys game?
Probably, I would imagine. I mean, why would they not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was the last person to play at quarterback when they played in Buffalo. So, You remember that game when he threw 5 picks and we still won somehow?
Yes.
That was insane. We tried so hard to lose that game, and I think that might be what happens today. I think Dallas might try so hard to lose that they win. We'll see what happens. But I like Los Angeles here. This one's not complicated to me.
Yeah, LA.
And then we got.
Really, they were playing a will they won't they game. Are they going to be a good team or not? But they really turned it on in the last few weeks. So.
Now a big question for you: can Kyler Murray play hero against the 49ers?
Absolutely not.
But man, how fun would that be?
Buddy, I would laugh so hard. Because if they beat the Niners, Cowboys have a chance. If they beat the Niners today and the Cowboys win out, we're the number 1 seed. But let me tell you why I almost don't want the number 1 seed. Because every time that Dallas is the number 1 seed, we lose in the divisional. Mm-hmm. Every time.
Yeah. I really just want. Let
me be the number 2 seed.
Yeah, I was about to say, give me the number 2 seed.
Play the 5 seed.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. But hey.
Or the 7 seed. No. First gets a bye, so it would be 2 and 7. Yeah. Give me a make the 7 seed come to our house.
Yeah, let's go play like the Saints or something, That'd be fine.
Or the Packers.
Or the Packers. I really, honestly, my perfect course, if I could just script it exactly the way I want it to happen, and it won't happen this way, but if I could script it perfectly, it would be a demon-conquering postseason. It would be beat the Packers, beat the Eagles, beat the Niners, beat the Steelers. But the Steelers aren't going to the Super Bowl. But that would be the perfect way to go, right?
For me, I think, obviously, I showed you the thing the other day that the Cowboys haven't lost since they announced that Jimmy Johnson's going in the Cowboys Ring of Honor. So,
which is kind of
curse lifted, maybe. Here's the thing that really needs to lift the curse, right? Think back to the year the Dez catch happened, 2014 playoffs.
Yeah,
there was a controversial ending to our game against the Lions in Dallas, and then the most controversial ending ever in our game against the Packers. And then the Packers go to Seattle to play in the NFC Championship. And that game was wild, and they end up coming back. So I think the line for us, we would need to beat the Packers. We need to beat the Lions, beat the Packers, have no controversy, and then beat the 49ers in the NFC Championship, and then go on to play in the Super Bowl against Buffalo. I don't know.
Buffalo would be fun. But that's going to be tough. For Buffalo to make the playoff, they kind of have to. Today's kind of do or die for them, honestly. I mean, they wouldn't be totally out. They could probably lose one of these 4 games.
There's one team I want us to play in the Super Bowl. It's the Bills or the Ravens.
Now, I mean, there is a path. I mean, the Bills could lose today, but then win the rest of their games, and Miami starts choking, which is very possible because there's a possibility they could lose us next week. They have a very real chance to lose against the Jets today, especially with Tyreek out. So. Who knows? But all that to say, that would be a lot of fun.
Who would have thought that 20 years, like 5, 6, 7 years ago, we'd be talking about the the Dolphins and the Bills as the best 2 teams in that division.
Yeah, isn't that insane to think about? That's fun. I'm here with it. And speaking of that, we got the Buffalo Bills. We got Dallas Cowboys. It's going to be north of the wall. We got Josh Allen. It's going to be scary, and I don't like this one. And the reason is because the weather is going to be a factor. I've been checking all week, and it's supposed to be in the 40s, which is fine. Like, we can deal with 40s. We don't want 20s. That would obviously be horrible. But it's going to be in the 40s. It's going to be raining. It's going to be rainy. The rain is fine. Mike McCarthy's had the boys practicing all week with the wet balls. So, out of context, take that one, I guess. But the point is, they understand this. The real factor to me is going to be the wind. It's going to be whipping. It's like 17 miles an hour with gusts as high as 35. So what to me this game comes down to is who can win up front, because I think this is going to be a low-scoring, bowling shoe ugly game. I think that if Dallas can run the ball, they're going to be fine. I think if Buffalo does not turn the ball over, they're going to be fine. To me, it comes down to defense. Can the Dallas defense impose their will? Can the Buffalo offense just play safely, move the ball down the field, run the ball well? It's going to be an ugly game. This, to me, is going to be like a low scoring. I think whoever wins this wins like 13-17, something like that. I hate to say it, but give me the Bills. I think they need this win more. It's going to be in Buffalo. I don't like it. I think Dallas will get the revenge game next year because they're coming to Dallas, but I think Buffalo wins. Obviously, I'm rooting for Dallas, but I think Buffalo does win the game. I'm scared, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Shout out to your wife, who is a Bills fan.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm of two minds about this. One, it's cold, it's raining, it's in Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
You know, obviously, Cowboys, we have this great home winning streak. Sometimes we don't play the best on the road. But you said the Cowboys need to run the ball to be effective in this game. The Cowboys running backs have been averaging 4.1 yards per carry. Buffalo's defense has been giving up 4.7 yards per carry.
And they do have a lot of starters out, like Micah Hyde's out, another guy, Espinosa's out. So they've got some big starters out.
Von Miller's out as well, isn't he? Because he got arrested.
No, Von is playing. They basically that came down to, it was a lot of allegations, but there was like no proof, and then he came forward and was like, you know. So I think that ended up blowing over and kind of being nothing, sort of. Okay. So.
All right, and then obviously, Cowboys been playing great. This West Coast offense that we've implemented, Dak is really like, well, I've heard they were talking about how Dak has said, he goes, I've never had it easier in my life. He goes, I take 2 steps, look one way if it's not there, look the other way if it's there. Yeah. And so I think this is going to be a great game. It's going to be like, I agree with you, it's going to be low scoring. So, and the other reason it gives me confidence about the Cowboys is our defense is phenomenal. And Josh Allen is a turnover machine. I like
right.
Josh Allen.
I do too, yeah.
The style of football, hero ball that he plays leads to turnovers. It just does. It's just Brett Favre was the same way. He was a gunslinger, and that's what Josh Allen is. This kid is tough as nails. He's a good runner. He's a good thrower, and when he's on, he's on.
Yeah.
But I think the Cowboys are going to be able to capitalize Josh Allen's mistakes. And we're a very opportunistic defense, and I feel like sometimes if we make 1 or 2 good plays on defense, it starts to snowball, and the defense is playing better and better.
I think the defense needs to score today.
I think if Stephon Gilmore plays the way he did against the Eagles last week, he had a phenomenal everywhere. And like against the Eagles, we knocked out 6 fumbles. We picked in the first game we knocked out 3 fumbles. Last game we knocked out 3, and we recovered all of them.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can slow Josh Allen down, you can run the ball. I think the Cowboys have a shot, but I'm going to go with the Bills.
It just feels the same pick, right? You know,
it's like
there's certainly a lot of ways.
They need to win, and it's like obviously I want the Cowboys to keep winning this game. So we're like, this is like the toughest stretch of our season, and you mark the calendar of Buffalo, Miami. Those are games lose.
And honestly, man, and this game aside, if you're a Dallas fan, which we are, right? Like, I think you look at this final stretch and you go, oh, this is a really tough stretch. But realistically, like, you win one game, you're in the playoffs, right? I would almost rather have this stretch than like a stretch like that Philly's going to have, or a stretch that we had earlier in the season, because the last thing you want is to just get comfortable playing less than 500 teams going into the playoff and then have a rude awakening when you finally play a good team. Like, the fact that we're going to have to go through hellfire and brimstone and be used to that when come playoff time, like, that to me is almost better, because that gets you a better idea, more acclimated to the type of ball you're actually going to be playing. Like, I don't want it to be a situation where 2 and 3 of these games we're up so much that we don't have to play all 4 quarters. Like, I understand you need to rest guys, I understand all that, and that's totally fine, but my point is it's a situation where you don't want to get comfortable. And I think if we can win these games, and if they're close or whatever it is, as long as we're not comfortable, as long as we feel like, you know, to your point, having that bye almost has done us bad in the past. I want it to be like we're so goddamn used to these tough-ass teams that the playoffs just feel like another week, as opposed to like the playoffs all of a sudden. Mm-hmm. So we'll see what happens.
And I feel that for sure. Yeah. Obviously, I'm going to be rooting for the Cow. I think it's close, though.
Like, I'm excited to. Regardless, I'm just excited to watch it. I mean, we get Dak Prescott versus Josh Allen. I mean, this is exciting. We haven't had this matchup before, so you know what I mean.
And I need to stop watching sports media because they were talking about like, oh, if Josh Allen wins this game, he's going to take Dak for MVP race, and I'm like, dog. The man has like 15 interceptions.
No. I think Dak is still very much in the race. If they lose today, as long as it's not ugly, right? Like as long as Dak doesn't throw 3 picks and do all kinds of bullshit, like he's still very much in that race.
I hate to see injuries, but I'm so glad Tyreek is out today. Because if Dak's going to win this MVP, some help. Because, like, I just feel like nobody's going to vote for a Cowboys quarterback, regardless of how good his stats are.
I don't know. But see, the thing about it is, and I wouldn't say that because bottom line is, like, Dak's just a good guy. Like, even if you're not a Cowboys fan, you like Dak. Dak's just a nice, like, even if you should because he's a quarterback and whatever, but, like, you can't hate Dak as a person. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think. So it is what it is. We got tonight a very good matchup. Willie's going to be very interested in. It's going to be the Ravens. It's going to be the Jags. The Jags have been scrappy. I think Trevor Lawrence is back to normal because I know he had that concussion. And then, of course, the Ravens are missing Mark Andrews, but he's been out for a hot little minute. Odell is finally playing like the old Odell, or at least it might possibly seem like it. But it's going to be on the road. I like the Ravens in this game. I think they're just doing enough, and I think that Lamar is just playing much more patient than he has in the past. He's not trying to, he's allowing plays to develop instead of taking off. He's kind of being more of a pocket passer this year, and that's been very good because he's still a threat to run. The difference is he's just actually making the more optimum plays, and the defense has kept him in every single game. So yeah, I like the Ravens to win this one.
I also like the Ravens. The Jags are a good team, but the Ravens are my pick to be the representatives of the AFC in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So I hope they continue along this stretch of games. And I was watching. Have you ever watched John Gruden QB camp?
Yeah, I have. I've seen that.
I watched the one with Dak Prescott the other day, and he was like, he goes, "First time I saw you playing against LSU, there's that gosh darn."
There's a what? Say it again. You cut out.
He was like, John was talking about how the first time he saw Dak Prescott was when they were playing against LSU, and he was like, there's that gosh darn Odell Beckham.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
But can you, because Dak almost went to LSU, right? But they came on way too late in the process for him, and then he ended up going to Mississippi State. Could you imagine if Dak Prescott would have been at LSU with Odell Beckham and Jarvis Landry? Oh my God.
Well, and the thing about it is, I feel like Dak was a higher tier quarterback in college, but to me, I almost put him sort of in the same category as Brock Purdy. Of just like he was always good, he was just never special. Like, because if he's special, you go round 1 or 2. For him to be taken as low as he was just that guy that kind of. It even now, like, I don't know if you saw or not, but what's his face? Cam Newton was like kind of talking shit on Dak this week. He was like, Dak's not a difference maker. He's not a playmaker. He's just a guy that comes in to not lose instead of trying to go and win. Which,
see, I disagree with that. But if there's anybody that's going to have
I disagree as well.
Opinion, it's definitely Cam Newton.
Of course, and I disagree because if you look at the stats, I think overall Dak has way more wins. He has way less interceptions, way more yards. Like his stats are better at this point. I think it's probably because he's been playing a little bit longer in the league at this point than Cam has. But the difference to me is it's a team sport. Like yes, I understand. Yeah. I understand the fact that he's not out here making these superhuman plays, but you don't have to. Tom Brady never made superhuman plays. Tom Brady just made the right plays, and that's what you're supposed to do.
Tom Brady is the best game manager of all time.
Tom Brady is the Floyd Mayweather of NFL because he's not fun to watch, but he wins. Floyd Mayweather is boring. He doesn't do Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't knock people out. Like he just gets the points. He does his job. Like he is a winner. And to me, that I would rather have a quarterback that is a winner instead of a hero ball player. You know what I'm saying? Like that's when you get a Josh Allen. Nothing against Josh Allen, but
in defense of Cam Newton, if like this Cowboys offense and defense, or this 49ers offense and defense had 2015 Cam Newton on their team, they'd win like 3 Super Bowls.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So, last game we got to pick, we got Eagles, Seahawks. It's going to be on Monday night. Jalen Hurts is very under the weather as Micah Parsons was last week. He probably got that because Dallas was also having a string of flu. So, like, it's very possible getting tackled.
There's like 10 of our players that have had like a little bit of
it's going around. It's going around up here. But, yeah, like I say, it should be a fun game. I think, honestly, I'm taking the Seahawks here, and it's just because the Seahawks have been able to move the ball. If Geno's coming back, I don't know if he's coming back for this game. Is he going to be active for this? It looks like he is questionable at this point in time. but they expect him to come back. But like I say, I like Seattle just because what I saw them do to that Dallas defense in Dallas that night.
It's crazy.
I was upset. I was upset about the Dallas D, but the bottom line is Geno is just making some extremely high level throws, and especially against this Philly defense that has been gashed in recent weeks. This is absolutely it. Now you look at the rest of the schedule. I think the Eagles win everything else, but to me, this is the one you circle and say this might be the last one that the Eagles lose. Also, touchdown Raheem Mostert. I'll take those points. So
I heard your phone go off, but I was like, something just happened in your fantasy team.
Yeah. Tennessee's already
up.
My
problem with a negative term with game manager. Who cares if the dub comes? I agree with you.
100%.
Just win.
Exactly.
Like the old owner of the Raiders just said, just win, baby.
Yeah. Well, Will would say
also,
that as a Will would say that as a.
Talking about the Raiders.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Yeah. All right.
Did you see the pick six that they had? Can you show it to the people?
Sure.
Dak Jones pick six against the Chargers. To me, this is a top 5 NFL play of all time. No hyperbole. This is the cleanest, most smooth pick six I have ever seen, and it's clear. When I was,
I don't think I've seen this actually. I don't actually know that I've seen this.
This is the smoothest shit you're ever gonna see.
Oh, he just snagged it.
It's just give me that.
Okay,
and you can tell he watches film.
So first of all, offensive line is getting blown back like crazy. Yeah. 30's supposed to get this. Just sniffs it. Oh, yeah. He knows exactly where that ball is going. You know what that... Oh, with one hand, too. That's insane. And you know what this is, to be honest with you? This is exactly the shit we used to do in NCAA.
NCAA, when you jump that running back screen?
You just jump the route, yeah.
I did that so much. I played a Road to Glory one time. I was a corner.
Just get in the backfield.
Yeah. It's like that play. Have you seen that high school play where the DB was standing there and he got up real close to, and then quarterback turned around and pitched it, but the DB ran through and grabbed the ball and took off? That's exactly what this was like.
But the fact that he did it with one hand kind of behind him is just ridiculous.
He almost overran it. He almost got there too quickly.
He was so excited because he knew what was about to happen. His body just moved type thing.
And if that ball had been thrown any faster, it probably gets tipped. But because it was a little lob pass, he just yoink. Give me that.
Yoink. So yeah, are you all taking the Seahawks on Monday?
Yeah. I'll take the Seahawks.
Now that being said, I don't think
Philly's banged up for getting walloped by the 49ers, and obviously Philly's still a good team.
Yeah, no, Philly's going to be in there. They still have a chance to make it.
Fan, I have. What if somehow miraculously Philly doesn't win another game and misses the playoffs?
You know what? I would approve that message. I mean, you look at the rest of their schedule. So you have Seahawks on this Monday,
and you got Giants.
Then you got a short week going into the Giants, who, are playing football today. Last time I checked, and this is a game that they could win.
Philly or New York.
They go. That'll be in Philly, so they'll have them at home. Then you go play. Then you have the Cardinals at home, and Kyler Murray is always a wild card. And then you have to finish the season in New York.
New York.
Ooh. It's tough to say.
Coming off a short week, watch out for New York next week, Philly.
New York got really hot last year around this time. So if history repeats itself, you never know. But
wait, they can't play New York on a short week. They play them Thursday night? Because they play the Monday night game.
New York?
Philly.
They play them on Sunday. But I want to say short week. I mean, instead of playing on Sunday, they play on Monday.
When I think of short week,
you think Thursday.
To me, Sunday and Monday are the football, NFL days, and Thursday is just an anomaly that happens. Yeah. So when I think short week, I'm like, oh, they play the Sunday, play on.
Gotcha.
I mean, it is one less day from a Monday night game,
right?
But I see what you're saying now.
Yeah. But anyways, my point just being that. The only game I really see that Philly could potentially lose is going to be against Seattle. Especially,
and I think they do lose that game.
Yeah, especially after seeing how Philly struggled to move the ball against the same defense in the same place just a couple of days after Seattle went up and down that field. You know what I'm saying? If you look at that, you have to go, all right, if I'm a Seahawks fan, I'm thinking, okay, we might have something here. And they're still very much in the hunt for the playoffs anyways, so they're going to be playing. They're going to be scrappy.
I thought Brock Purdy was going to have his sophomore slump this year. I thought Seattle was actually my pick to win there, but clearly that's not going to happen.
Well, I mean, he had a little bit of a slump there.
Yeah.
And then all of a
Because
sudden,
he didn't have Deebo Samuel. He was out for 3 games and they lost all 3.
Right. So who knows? Anything could happen. I mean, things change in the playoffs, as we know.
Also, it feels very nice to still be doing shows when college football bowl season is here because we talk NFL now.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I really do. So.
I do too.
Well, I'm ready to get out of here so I can watch some ball.
Yeah. But yeah, man. It's,
well, should be a fun game today.
I haven't played one right now. My dogs are looking up.
Should be a fun contest between between Dallas and Buffalo today. I'm looking forward to seeing that. It's just gonna be cool to see.
What just happened to your fantasy team?
Someone's in the red zone. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So, well, all right, boys. Thank you guys so much for watching.
I think DaRon Bland gets a pick 6 today. Adds to that total.
I hope you're right.
If he gets 2 more this season, put him in the MVP conversation. He would never win MVP,
right?
Because it's a quarterback award these days.
Well, let me tell you something. Stephon Gilmore has been, to me, has now taken the role of like potentially the best player on defense right now, just because he not to take anything away from Michael Parsons, not to take anything from DaRon Bland, but like he has been the reason. I think he might have been one of the reasons we won against Philly last week, just because he was able to shut down.
He was everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was all over the place. So he's been playing out of his mind for an old guy. We'll take it. To me, he fills the role that we wanted Earl Thomas to fill all those years back, like just a guy a veteran that could come in and handle some of these bigger possessions.
If only Earl would have signed with Dallas.
Well,
who knows what would have happened.
Probably bad things, to be honest with you.
Probably bad thing, yeah. That man, I think Earl's got CTE. Seeing some of the shit that's going on with him, I think it's
certainly possible.
Been hit in the head too many times.
It's certainly possible. Well, until next week, thank you guys for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all that good shit, and we will see you this time next week.
The odds-on favorite for Defensive Player of the Year is Michael Parsons right now.
Yeah, as it should be. He's that good.
But I think DaRon Bland is a close second, and I think it should be DaRon Bland. Because how many times have we seen a guy get a bunch of tackles and a bunch of sacks in a season and win Defensive Player of the Year? A bunch. How many times have we seen a guy break the record for pick 6s in a season? Never.
If he gets one today, you have to have that conversation.
Oh, for sure.
So
hold on, I have a message from the work group chat. Damn. Our final numbers got approved for our inventory.
Love to see it. Well, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.